Okay, so this is a broaching machine, you see? And we're broaching these gears with a Nissan spline. These are gears out of a differential. And there's the ones I've done. See how the spline is in there? That spline that the axle connects into. So anyway, this one is done. See, they spigot into this. You can undo that and take them out, and there's all these different ones, see, all different things, hundreds of them, for all different gears, but they need to spigot into something so it goes in the center. That's just how it works. And here is the broach. That's the broach that cuts the spline. It's a cutting tool. Oh, we just get all the chips off there with the brush for the next one. I got this little camera, Insta360, mounted to my chest with a magnet. So I don't know how good this is going to come out, but I can't use my hands because I need two hands to operate this machine. So this is as good as I'm going to get. So you put that in there, and you put the broach through there and lock it into the chuck. Put oil on there, and there you go, see? So the broach is getting pulled. Is it still filming? I've got no idea. I suppose it is. The broach is getting pulled through there. There we go. Pull that out of there, and you see, another one done. See how it cuts that spline? 33 Nissan. I think, could be wrong here. Let me just check the broach. Just get the chips off that spigot. Take the broach out, and it is 33 Nissan. So I was right. You see, you can cut all different splines. You see, we've got heaps of broaches there, There's another cupboard full of broaches. Hundreds and hundreds of different broaches. Different splines, all these different manufacturers use different shit. These particular gears that we're doing, done about 100 of these so far. These go into the TJM Pro Locker. Obviously into a Nissan. At the moment these are soft, and then once we cut the spline, wash it all up, it goes to the heat treater. Heat treats it and it's hard. He hardens the steel. You wouldn't be able to cut the teeth or cut the spline if it was hard, so you work with soft material, and then once it's finished you get it heat treated. And there's the broach. It's got a big electric motor. The head comes back and forth. Just pulls the broach through, you see. This can pull tons and tons because it's geared down. You see how it's got this lead screw or whatever they call it, and that goes through a nut. and it gets pulled through, you see? Look at the size of this electric motor, it's huge. Bloody huge, man. Now this camera, I noticed, it tends to heat up and turn off because it's filming in 4K. Plus it's only a very small camera, so when it heats up quick because the heat in the camera can't dissipate. So if it just turns off, that's because the camera overheated. I can't help that. But I'll just film as long as I can. Might be even turned off now, I don't know. But I got oil all over my hands, I can't really touch it, you see. Seems to be still filming, it's got a light there. But you see, pulling it through. Pulls the cutting tool through. Stop it. And there you go, you see, there's the spline. Rightio, clean out that. If anybody knows what this sort of looks like. That's what it makes me think about every time I use this machine. You disgusting cunt. Right, so we stop it. And we do this all day long, all day. Repetitive work, this is what it is. It's called repetitive work. If I had to do this every day of the week, all day, I would quit my job and go on the dole. That's why you have so many dole bludgers in Australia, because no cunt wants to do anything, because a lot of things are fucking pretty shit. That's why they call this country the lucky country. You get all these cunts flocking here from overseas to get on the dole. Whole families come here and just bludge off the taxpayer. The lucky country. Give out money, give out houses, give out fucking free solar panels, give out free heaters, free air conditioners, give out fucking grants to buy a brand new bed for $1,500, $1,700, $1,800. If you haven't got money, the government will give you heaps of money in this country. And you don't even need to be working. You could just come to this country and bludge your whole fucking life and have everything. It's crazy, man. I don't know how this government keeps doing it. All my friends I went to school with, none of them worked. They all just bludge on the dole, take drugs, get all this free shit off the government. The whole lot of them. Not that I have any friends left now, really. I've only got a couple of friends and they do work. But when I was in school, high school, and then after high school, every cunt was just a bum. Because you don't need to work. The government gives you everything you need. So why get out of bed early in the morning and go to work and do all this shit you don't want to do? What, for money? Ha! You don't need money. The government just gives you all that for nothing. Can't believe they're still doing it as well. And people say, oh, but you only get $2.50 a week or whatever it is. If you're a dumb cunt, you get $2.50 a week. But most people know how to rot the system, and they get free food, free accommodation, free medical, dole money, extra dole money because they have a sore back, which they don't have a sore back, but they just say they have a sore back or a sore leg or something. And then they go have a bunch of kids, and the government gives you even more money because you have all these kids, and even more food vouchers, free electricity, free gas, everything fucking free. And the cunts that get out of bed and work hard have to pay all these taxes. And if you don't pay the right amount of taxes, oh, you're in big trouble. You have to pay a big fine. Oh, and all this shit. And all this money we're giving out to the government after all this hard, back-breaking work we all do, it just goes to all these rats from other countries who just want to come here and take drugs and fucking sit around and root each other. Have all these kids and take more drugs. Just bludgers. Just bludge. I'm doing this now. This ain't the funnest thing in the world after you've been doing this for years. It gets pretty fucking tiresome. And 10% of this is going straight to the government so they can give it to some drug addict. So he can buy a bag of drugs and fucking inject it. I knew hundreds of people years ago. Don't hang around with them anymore now. Half of them are dead. But they all just took drugs, did nothing all day, just did whatever they wanted, you know. Break into cars, break into houses, figure out how to get more money off the government, buy drugs, sell drugs. That's all they ever did. And the government would just keep giving them more money. Free accommodation, you know, they'd have the flat, they put them in a flat, Hyatt flats, Elstonwick flats. Normal people would have to pay, you know, $300 a week to live in something like that. But all these other cunts I used to hang around, they just take drugs, government gives them money for drugs. Then once they spend all their money on the drugs, they go to Centrelink and the government will give them more money to go to Safeway and buy food with all these vouchers. They'd buy like hundreds of dollars worth of food. Made me feel a bit sick. I'm the one here having to go to work and work hard every day because my father has a business. And here I am hanging around all these bums after work. They got everything for nothing. So that's one reason why I don't hang around any of them anymore. I started to realise how unfair it was. And the funny thing is they always were complaining they never had enough. They'd get hundreds of dollars off the government each week, hundreds and hundreds, and all this free shit. And they'd still complain that they're not getting enough. If the government gave me $10 a week, I would be like, wow, that's nice. These cunts are getting $500, $600 a week off the government for just taking drugs and doing nothing. And they're complaining they haven't got enough. They could go out and get a job. All of them could have gone and had a job, but none of them wanted to because you didn't have to. And these are just a few cunts I went to school with. This is happening all over Australia. Is it still recording? Oh yeah, fuck. Is it getting hot? Ooh, it's getting pretty warm.